Hi, this is Mike Regan with Transact's 2-Minute Warning for the week of December 13th. And in this week's 2-Minute Warning, we're taking a look at what the closure of Central Freight Lines means for shippers. Well, this past weekend, a bunch of shippers got a jolt when it was announced that Central Freight is shutting their doors. Last day of pickups was December 13th. The full shipments will be delivered through the network by December 20th. Now, since this is the largest closure of a carrier since Celadon went out of business a couple of years ago, we got some questions from folks. And those questions basically were oriented around three topics. First, is this a canary in the coal mine? Are there other carriers which could be going out of business? Second, how will the closure of Central Freight affect the LTL market? And then the third thing that shippers were asking about, are there things that we should be considering as we go forward with our sourcing strategies to reflect the kind of changes that you're alerting us to in this marketplace? With respect to the first question, is this a canary in the coal mine? Not really. A lot of people were aware of the fact that Central Freight had some things going against it. It was a company that was loaded up with debt. And when you take a look at this kind of market, if you're not making money in this kind of market, it doesn't bode well when and if the market ultimately changes. So a lot of folks were not surprised because of the overall financial condition of Central Freight. They've been a long-standing carrier of ours through the Freedom Network. We know many of the people that have worked there, but at the end of the day, the reality of it is they simply couldn't generate the kind of returns and revenues they needed to stay in business. Now, the second thing that a lot of folks have asked about is how will this affect the marketplace? Well, along with things like the Central Freight closure, we've also seen other changes in the network. We've seen, for example, Knight-Swift step in and buy Midwest Motor Express, along with their acquisition of AAA Cooper this year. But it's not just Knight buying other carriers, it's also the fact that the LTL carriers are making changes in their networks, which is why it is so important to look at the third question. What kind of strategy should we be looking at in our sourcing events so that we can reflect the kind of changes that are occurring and protect our overall rates? Well, we have a wealth of information we can share with you over at Transact.com. I encourage you to take a look at things like our interview about strategic sourcing with MIT professor and friend Chris Kaplis, our interview with David Ross about the LTL issues that are going on in the marketplace, as well as our recent webcast where we had the CEO of Yellow talking about the changes in the marketplace. At the end of the day, what we have continued to share with you is you are going to have to use a more targeted approach in your sourcing event. If you're wondering what that looks like, simply give us a call. We are experts in the sourcing area and can walk you through the issues, challenges, and how you can get the best possible outcomes. Now, we make all of this available to you because with each and every 2-minute warning, we're here to remind you we are on your team, we're here to help, and we're passionate about seeing you be successful. Thanks for your time.